Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel from Woodworking with Dash, and guess what? I've started selling my boxes, and this is one of the first boxes I've sold. It's a 3-drawer box made of teak and Tasmanian ash. Great combination of timbers, guys. Look at that. The drawers have got a red interior in them. Great, it's a great looking jewellery box, all flush trimmed. So follow along in the video and have a look and see if you can guess how much I sold this box for. But I'm going to give you all the figures at the end of the video, guys. Follow along and have a guess, and you might be surprised at how much I sold this box, guys, for. You might be very surprised. Anyway, let's get started. What a great looking box, guys. Look at that. It pops. Just get going. Today we're going to make the carcass, the internal carcass, out of 1/2-inch birch plywood. Great ply, very expensive, but it's a pretty good ply to work with. The drawer faces and the top are going to be made out of teak. Yeah, and the body of the box will be made out of a contrasting timber, dassh. Again, I get this from the big box store, 17mm thick. Great timber to work with. Just cutting the ply now to width. There's the small ends. And going to pin it together with my nail gun. Bit of glue and some nails, holds great. There it goes. One box. All done. The carcass is all finished now. I put a 6mm back on it. So it's a nice solid box now, glued and nailed. The next thing is we have to cut the drawers. Now I'm going to make my drawers out of redwood. About 3/8 to 9/16 thick. And I get 2 out of each piece. As I said, I got all this old redwood from a 100-year-old house, which I'm going to use for the drawers. I'm going to leave the nail holes where they fall, because that's part of the character. Just straightening an edge now on the redwood and ribbing it now. Very soft, this redwood. Comes from a 100-year-old house, as I said. And put it through the thickness of the nail to get it down to about 3/8. To clean it up. And putting the groove into the bottom. I put a groove in the sides of the drawers to hold the red ply after it's all finished. And I've cut down the back of the drawer so it fits underneath the groove, so you can slide the bottom in after it's finished. And I've fitted each drawer into its own slot. Don't make them too tight, but it's only a jewellery box. Okay, just got to pin them together with the pin gun now. 23 gauge pin gun, bit of glue. You can hardly see those pins, they're very small. And the back. And the first thing we have to do is to do the back and the 2 sides. Straightening an edge on the ash now. And ribbing it to width. And then I'll roughly dock it. There you go. Dock the other end. And now cutting it on a 45-degree angle. There you go, they're all fitted to the box. Bit of glue. and some clamps will hold it. Rub it in. Put on the clamps. Check it all down. Okay guys, I've got the back of the first bit of ash on the back. It's been mounted and I just glued it on and I just let it dry. To dry I can cut and glue on the two sides and then just a few splines to dress it up a bit and the surround is done. So we're getting there now. Today we take the clamps off and see what we've got. It's always good to unpack a box. Take the clamps off. Very good. Come out great. I've got the three sides in the ash now, and the front for the drawers. And next step is to put the splines in. I'll put 3 splines in here. We don't really need splines, but they're more for decoration. Just to give it a bit of a lift on the back side. Okay, using my spline jig now on the saw. It works well. Just put the box in there, run it over the saw. After you set your depth. And it's easy as. I've just gluing the splines in now. A very satisfying job. They look good, they come up well. Again, when you make splines, don't make them too tight because you won't get the bastards in. And again, don't make them too loose either. I sound like bloody Goldilocks now. Not too hot, not too, well, whatever it is. Anyway, all good. Okay guys, it's a new day. One of the first jobs we have to do is to glue the material onto the ply so it dries, which we do that in, and we'll put that in the press. Okay, just using my vinegar press now. I made a video about that, if you want to have a look guys. And cutting the drawer fronts now out of the teak. The teak cuts really easy. And just docking them to length. Okay guys, I've cut the drawer fronts to size so they've got a good 1.5 mil gap in between them and they're to length. So that's in there. Now we have to glue them to the drawers themselves. I do that with a mixture of super glue and Type 1-3. So I put Type 1-3 in most places, a couple of dabs of super glue. And that holds it while the Type 1-3 dries. But you can't get cramps on them, but they're too small with you inside. And remember when I said to make the drawers 10 mil shorter? Well, there was a reason for that. Because you need to press up against the drawers when you put them on so the super glue takes. So we put a 12 mil packer in the bottom, in the back of the drawers. So the drawers stick out by 2 mil. That gives you something to push up against. So I've got 3 packers, I'll put them in now. They just drop in. And then when we put the drawers in, they will stick out by 2 mil. Okay, just putting the glue and the super glue on there. There goes the super glue. I've got it up in my docking fence now, so I've got something to press against. And just press it and hold it for a minute. Extra in. And do the same again. Put a couple of packets in between to make your 2mm gap, bit of accelerator on the drawer front, and press it up again. Very easy, guys. And there goes the top one too. All done. I've just cut 4 little legs, as you see, and I'm just going to glue them on. I've marked them out where they have to go. I'll put them in about 20mm from the end, all the way around. Bit of glue. All you need is a bit of glue. And stick them on. Bit of a rub. And then just glue them. Down to the top of the box, and I've cut the top. Now I've cut the top oversized, as I like to do. But I'm going to mount it. I put the top drawer in. I'm going to mount it flush with the top drawer. But let it overhang about, it's overhanging about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And then I'm going to glue it on now like that. And then I'm going to trim it up with a flush cutter. That way it'll be perfect all the way around. Just trimming it up now with the flush cutter. Take it easy. There you go. And they're rounding over all the edges with the half round cutter in the small router. It's all finished, ready to sand and polish. Again, come on good, didn't it? Okay, just cutting the bottom now for the drawers. With the red material on them. And inserting them into the drawers. See how I left the gap at the back so the drawer bottom can slide in, and just stapling it on. That's all you got to do. Very easy and traditional way of making drawers is. Look, we're all finished. What a great looking box. The teak and the ash. Polished up really well, didn't it? The drawers have got a red interior in them. And they come up very, very nice. Okay, now for the numbers, guys. In this box, there's about $50 worth of material. And I sold the box for, what did you guess? I sold the box for $250. Does that sound too much or too little? Depends on how you look at things, guys. It really depends on how you look at things. For me, as a hobbyist now, not a professional woodworker anymore, I'm just a hobbyist woodworker. So I take my time. I don't rush anymore. I haven't got a deadline. So this box took me 3 days to make. But when I say it took me 3 days to make, I don't work 8 hours a day. I work 4 hours, 2 hours, whatever. I reckon that there was about 8 hours work in this box altogether. You take the material off the price, so you take 50 off 250, that's $200 for labour. And use of all the machines and all that sort of stuff. That works out to be $25 an hour. Minimum wage. But I had a lot of fun doing it. So I'm really happy with that. If I was doing this for a living, I couldn't sell my $250. But you got to make a good profit, but you got bills to pay, you got all other things to do. So $250 is fine with me. I hope that answers all your questions, guys. And please subscribe and ring the bell. And I'll see you again in the next video where I will be making another box that sells, maybe.